is she? She's supposed to be here. This is our time together.
AMORE was really interesting, and it was a very unique animation style, which I hadn't really seen before. We really got most of um, the visuals through the close-ups of these eyes and the emotion that was being expressed through them. I thought that the first title card, where they were kind of explaining the world and what was going on, really helped to color the rest of the film and give us a clear idea of what was going on. I know the overall narration really reminded me of like COVID, because they were talking about how humans need to have physical contact. They can't be isolated. They can't be alone in order to thrive. It really made me think of being quarantined. But also, we talk about, it talks about like just the division of people in general. And obviously that's indicative of the world that we have today. It's not really so far off. So I thought it touched on some really interesting topics, and was told in a really unique way. I really liked the animation style. And yeah, this is just a really creative, unique film. Great job.
These reviews for Me Amore. This film is deeply engaging from the opening text. They have a great use of music and sound effects to stress the already great plot and animation technique. The script is so tragic, with these lovers, the bridge that's not there anymore, and the relatable closing statements. It's painful and sad, sadly too real for so many people. And at the end, they have this great compliment by this acoustic guitar tune and nostalgic song. Just heartbreaking and so deeply moving. It is amazing. It's just a work of art. I love the animation. I love the dog being there as well as an important element of the characters. And yeah, it's amazing.
What an interesting piece. Creatively bold and original. Great use of the animation technique there, that sort of janky animated feel, the hand drawn, digitally painted look. Uh, Really just went well here. And it was, again, used to great effect. So great execution. The way they just use contrast and, between shots to sort of keep things really moving, even if there wasn't a lot of actual first or secondary animation going on. It felt like more was happening than it was. So it was really strong technique, and it was just a really captivating watch. So hats off to everyone involved.
Mia Moore was an amazing animated short. It was definitely told in the Mexico environment, and Hispanic environment, like in a post-apocalyptic place. But it was told so beautifully through the animations. It's all visual storytelling, which is really cool, and it just drew me in. And like, I haven't seen such animation that touched me so heartfelt, emotion-wise, and really got me the sense of going on this journey with these characters. But as a whole, it was well done. The story was told well. The animations were very effective, and it really was amazing.
Mi Amore. This was done so beautifully. I loved the artwork and the animation, the style of how they did it. I thought was very, very clever. I loved how they were getting expressions within the eyes. And the dog's expressions too were really spot on, absolutely perfect. The music in this was so moving. It was very exciting, it was provocative, but then the song at the end was so beautiful and sweet, and this whole piece reminded me of very Romeo and Juliet, but modernized. And I thought that they told the story really well. It had a very specific story, very concise story, and I loved it. I thought that they did a great job.
The next one that I watched was Mi Amor. This one I thought had a really nice, unique art style that made the most of its limited animation. Despite the fact that there's not a lot of movement here, the film still feels like it has a lot of life, just because of the way that it looks, the way that it's drawn, and the way that they use those drawings and those, especially those extreme close-ups, to kind of convey emotion and things like that. It's a nice kind of workaround instead of having more character movement going on there. Overall, I think the film has a very nice, very clear sense of purpose, and it leaves quite an impact within a short period of time. Also really appreciated the use of music, not just as kind of a background or a backdrop to the story and to the characters, but as a means of telling a story all on its own. It's something that I really appreciate when it's done well, and I think that this is an example of that happening. So once again, I thought that this one was quite good.
Well, that got intense fast. The animation was unique, focused mainly on the eyes rather than the entire body until after the girl dies. That was a interesting choice to make. It actually did add to the intensity. The poetic dialogue also added to it. I think poetry works really well for romance. It's sad circumstances that they were in with the world. It's a little prophetic with how the world's going. But it shows what hate between people can do. It's had a little bit of Romeo and Juliet vibes, where maybe they should think things through a little bit more before killing themselves. But it definitely got intense really quick for a short film.